Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to talk about security. Could be security for your house. In my case it's security for my studio. I've over the years I'm kind of testing different devices and things like that. I'm one of those people who I don't like having monthly payments to pay to a home security, for example, company or things like that. So I've always kind of relied on my own kind of setups. Ever since the IP cameras came into the market, it's obviously been a lot easier. This is actually a camera, a new one that I got. I already have one of these, just in a different color, that I mounted outside of my studio on one side of the building. This is another one I'm going to mount on the other side of the building where I have two entrances. And I got this one because I really liked the previous one. There's also another set of cameras that I use indoors. Plus I also use a safe and other things like that that I'm going to kind of quickly mention. And these are all simple, affordable ways that, again, will not require you to have like a monthly subscription. First, let me maybe open this up and show you basically what this is. So I've tested out a bunch of these cameras over the years, and there's always something like either buggy with their software or they require you to have like a cloud monthly subscription where they record basically all your activity there. This camera allows you to record internally. Comes even with all the tools, which is always helpful, and comes with all the screws and everything. And then here's the light itself. So like I said, this is the second one that I got. The first one that I already mounted is identical, it's just different color, it's white. This one is going to be for my other side of the building. I just wanted to see how the black one looks. It's good because this is basically going to install in the place of your floodlights. So if you have floodlights on the side of your house or whatever building you're putting this on, then it's super easy because you just take out the floodlight, all the wires are going to be there, the power wires, and you pretty much hook it up the same way. It has a nice sealed kind of gasket up here. I've had the other one for it's going to be like just over 3 months that I have it installed. And I had it in some really bad weather and never had any problems with basically it stopping to work or any leaks or anything like that damaging the camera. The cool thing about this camera is, well, there's a few things. It has motion sensor. Obviously it's a floodlight. They're also actually very bright lights, which is good. And as you can see, you can independently adjust where you want them to point. There's a motion sensor here built in. Here's your camera. On the back here, you can actually put in a micro SD card. So once you put the micro SD card, it will record basically either continuously you can record or record whenever the motion sensor gets activated, all that stuff. And then you can always access whatever's recorded on that card, through the internet, whether it's your Wi-Fi network or anywhere that you are, and you log in with your phone to the app, and then you can actually see what's happening basically. It has a speaker, so it actually has and a microphone, so it's a two-way communication device. If you wanted to, like, let's say if there's, I don't know, something happened on the street, or you want to talk to somebody, your coworker, or maybe, like I said, if it's in your house, maybe your relative who's outside, you can literally go to the app and you can talk to them because they're going to hear you through the speaker. It's actually 110 dB, which is also good because you can also enable on this camera, you can enable different activity or different basic reactions for the camera. So you can have the camera turn on the lights, or you can even have the camera turn on this alarm. So it's like this very loud, annoying beeping alarm that is definitely gonna let everybody in the area know that something's happening, and hopefully it's gonna scare the bad guys or whoever's trying to break into your place. Plus, like I said, you can just directly talk to them. So you can actually say, hey, I'm watching you right now, being recorded, and the police has been notified, so get the hell out. Now, when you're using the app, this is kind of how it looks. It's very straightforward. If you have more than one camera, you can pick which camera you want to view. Then inside of it here, you can view the live feed. Or you can click also on the clips. You can see what was recorded, what time. And then at the same time here, you can change all the settings for the sensitivity of the camera. So for example, if you wanted to only react in the left side or right side or the middle of the for example, the field of view to movement, then you can do that. You can change the sensitivity of how much you want it to react. And also the same thing with the light, when you want the light to turn on, if you want it to turn automatically, etc. If you turn on this little bell up here, you can also make the camera just ring. You can enable the barking dog sound. And then there's also a few phrases that you can enable. Now, obviously, camera alone is not gonna do wonders for you, so you gotta have good locks first of all in your house or in your studio. So install good locks. Make sure that it's not easy to break into your place. But this is more so that you're aware of what's happening, so you can call the police. For the interior, I also have other cameras that I've tried. I've tried multiple ones. I still haven't found ones that I'm like 100% happy with, but the ones here that you see from Yi, these are simple cameras, and I have, I think, like 8 of them all over the place, kind of, hidden around. And it also allows me to, you can also actually, on this one, record internally. You can put a micro SD card, or you can connect to their cloud service and record it there. I don't do that because I don't want to, again, pay the monthly fee. But even when you're not subscribed to the monthly whatever cloud service, you can still, the cameras are full functioning, and you can, again, on your phone, just start up their app, and you can see what's happening in different areas of your studio or your house. So that's another set of cameras. Now these cameras are only for indoors, and I'm letting you know because I took one of these cameras that I had indoor here in my studio, and I put it outside before I got these ones. And it survived, actually, surprisingly. It survived a few months, but eventually, because I think it was the weather, like the temperature change, but also, I mean, there was a few days where we had like torrential rain, and the wind and the rain was like coming in sideways. At that point, eventually that camera basically broke down on me. So I would not recommend putting those cameras outside. So that's why I'm saying for outside, get something kind of more robust. A bit more expensive, but really something that's going to last you. Another thing I would recommend is get a safe. I mean, especially like obviously I'm not going to be able to lock up all of my cameras and all like really expensive things, that I would want to lock up, because I would need a giant safe, because the cameras and the lenses that I have are just too big and bulky. But at the end of the day, though, like for me especially, the most important, aside from like documents or whatever, is going to be for my work is my memory cards. Because at the end of the day, like if I shoot a project and I have, all the stuff recorded on it, or my hard drives, actually, usually I'll have the memory cards, but then I'll offload my footage onto the different hard drives that I have, and I'll lock it in a safe. There's different safes. You can get big ones, small ones. The one I got up here is only $70 at the time that I got it, and it's simple, it works, it's great, and even better, if you live in a place where you're allowed to defend yourself, you can even store your gun in there. So you can, let's say you're in your studio or in your house again, when something happens, you can always go and reach for there and grab your gun, and defend yourself and your property. And obviously another benefit of that is, like, let's say if you are in your house and you have a gun, never ever, I always tell that to everybody, all my friends, guns are great when they're used properly, but if you don't use them properly, or more importantly, when you don't store them properly, and you have relatives or other people or kids, God forbid, in your house, and they can easily access your gun, then that's obviously a very bad thing. So that's one of the reasons why I like having these kind of small safes. This one is battery operated. Now, if the battery fails, you always have a key, so you can open it with a key. But with the battery, you can easily program whatever code you want. It's a simple 4-pin code, and that's it. You punch in the code, and it opens for you. Obviously, the safe, you can mount it on a wall, or under your desk, or whatever it is. Preferably, I would say mount it to like a 2x4 or a concrete wall, so that it's not easy to basically grab and rip the safe. But yeah, once you have it mounted, like hard mounted, it's really secure. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go right now outside and install this camera on the other side of my building. So I'm excited about that. And if you guys have any other like suggestions and tips on how to secure your house, whatever, your office, whatever it is that you want to kind of increase the security, and let me know if maybe you have some other ideas. Like I said, obviously this #1 step is make sure you have good locks on your doors. Anyways, my name is Tom, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.